You see this thing we are putting on here? You can't get any of them outside us. Never. Now, when you get new birds, how do you do it? If I give you 100 birds now, so how do you take it till maturity? How do you maintain that bird till it gets matured?
My name is Kate Ubem.
Okay.
If I'm being given 100 birds, first, I will consider the place that I will keep them. Make sure that it's very neat. Make sure that it's conducive. You know, these a day old birds, they are allergic to cold. So you make sure the place is very warm. Because especially during the raining period, when they are cold, they easily die. So you make sure the place is very warm and neat. So when I'm being given that 100 birds, bring them in and then put very neat water with their multivitamin, which I'll give them for 5 days. Then, unlike me, when I start taking care of those birds, I don't go anywhere. So every 2 hours, I go down to check them. So every 2 hours, I go down to check them, change the water, put another multivitamin, just like that, continuously, maybe for a month before you see me shifting for 3-4 hours before coming to check after them. So you will see that I'll take care of those birds till there is 6 months. No one will have any issue. Even so many people do come to me and ask me, Madam, how do you normally do it? I bought 85, no one is alive. I bought 50, I have only 10 that is left. Even they are still dying. I have 5 sick. But for me, I normally take care of them to the extreme that they'll be saying that it's like, this is what you know how to do best. That is how I take care of my own birds.
So, if you have the birds and for the 1 month you can't go anywhere, you take care of them good.
Yes.
That means the birds employed you. That's good. Okay? That's good.
My name is Akim Karim.
Yeah.
If you have been giving me 100 birds.
Are you a poultry farmer?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
go ahead.
I use 2 styles to build my birds.
Okay.
First, I use shaving to build them. The second style, I use carton.
Okay.
So the first one, which is shaving, I discovered that I spent a lot on drugs to build them because when I collected it, I will first of all give them anti-stress, then cleaning water. After 2 days, changing the shaving and feed them. So by doing that, like 4 weeks, they have been grown. So then change the allocation. But the second style, if I use carton, I discovered that I spend less on drugs. So I didn't use shaving. When I collected it, I will give them clean water, then feed them. When they are going to 3 weeks, I give them only antibiotics. So after it, then it didn't employ me because if I feed them in the morning, then I can go to other work. So when I come back, when they have finished the food in the night, I will give them another one.
All right. I want to find out if by doing so, you are brooding for 4 weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks. That means we have an average of 4 weeks. Am I right? Now, when you get the day-old bird, you brood them for 4 weeks. You now change to the nurturing house, where you now nurture them. Am I right? Now, at how many months do you sell?
3 months.
At 3 months, that's 12 weeks. Mama?
I sell at 4 weeks. 4 months.
You sell at 4 months to 5 months. By the time they are up and matured. What of you? You said at 6 months. All right. Can we clap for them? Amen. Now listen. I want you to learn something that is going to make you rich. Do you understand me? I have said it to the hearing of people. What I say here, I say it on NTA, I say it on national news, local and state news. If you check our YouTube, and if you check our program on Instagram, on Facebook, on Twitter, on TikTok, and all the social medias, we are there. Any of the social medias you go to, type in Community Care Africa, you see the information we have. So what I'm going to tell you here is what we say to the world. After this program now, go back to that same YouTube, you see yourself there. Because this is live and direct. You are all welcome. Before I go, I want to define who is a farmer. Sometimes, all of us here, Mama said, those people there are of the health department. We are doing also a health program here. Whether you are a doctor, a nurse, a lawyer, whatever profession you are doing, you eat. Is there any profession you are engaged and you don't eat food? Is there anyone? Is there any height you reach in professionalism that you no more eat again? By the use of this product in our animal husbandry department. Whether you call it poultry, fish, goat, cow, piggery, any aspect of animal husbandry, by the use of this, you are producing animals without harmful chemicals. He will bring me back here on practical time, and with this, I can eat my birds at 4 weeks. Did you hear what I said? 4 weeks.
4 weeks.
With this, I can eat my bird at 4 weeks. Hello? 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 I said how many weeks?
4 weeks.
1 week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. My bird is matured for me to eat them. At 5 weeks, it will give you 2.5 kg and above. At how many weeks?
5 weeks.
That is why I am saying he can bring me here for practical. Hello? I was careful to ask our people, when do you brood? In Nigeria, if you are brooding for 1 month and you are putting in your pain, at 7 weeks, 8 weeks, you sell. At 5 weeks, I sell. Who makes more money? With the use of this nutrient, we don't need glucose. We don't need all those medications. With this, your birds cannot be sick. They can rarely be sick, except you didn't apply it the way I'll teach you now. Your birds will not be sick and they will not die. You can brood 100 birds, nurture 100 birds, and you will lose one. And you can nurture 100 birds, brood 100 birds, and none of them will be sick. Forget about coccidiosis, they say bird flu, all this and that. Is it only in Nigeria you have bird flu? All the sickness you hear in dictionary, whether medical or agric dictionary, they didn't emanate from Nigeria. Why is it concentrated in Nigeria? I know we are here. Learn today so that you can know what to do. Add it to your fish pond, your cow, your goat, your poultry, your piggery, as I will teach you now. You won't record mortality, and there is no need for you on medication. Any money you spend on medication is a savings to you. What I'm telling you, follow me, because we are empowering farmers. We are empowering farmers nationwide. We empowered farmers in Imo State, and we gave them 5,000 birds, and we gave them this nutrient. And after 5 weeks, they brought out the birds we gave them, and they weighed them in public. Check my YouTube there, you see where it was done. Check my YouTube. You see where it was done. The birds were weighed in the public. And then we boiled, we cooked some of the meat. If you eat the meat in 5 weeks, you will tell me it's stronger than the meat of 8 weeks bird. If I give you the bone to crack, you will tell me how easy it is to crack. As I'm saying this, I want poultry farmers here to get it and try to disprove me from what I'm saying. And then we are also going to come for a scheme, because we have a scheme. If farmers cannot fund themselves, we have banks that fund us to fund the farmers. Yeah. Those of them that cannot fund themselves, we have banks that fund us to fund the farmers. Yes. So we are working with some farmers, and we are also, he has already told you, the intake of acidic food has devastated our health system. Our women are going into early menopause. What I mean by early menopause, at 45, hitting 50 years, more than an average Nigerian women have started in what is called early menopausal signs. At the age of 50, so many of them are already into menopause. Unlike developed countries, whereby at the age of 60 years, a woman is still having her normal cycle. Our men are moving gradually into sterility. Our families are affected. I have children. They are so much lovely to me. And I know all of us here, we have our daughters, we have our sons, we have our children. If you don't join me in what I am doing, if you don't put hands to tell the world and tell the families about the dangers of consuming chemicals in the name of food produce on a daily basis, our children are going to suffer what we also haven't suffered. That's what I'm talking about. I am a grandfather. I see my children. I see my grandchildren. I don't want them to fall victim of what we have already fallen victim. And what are we fallen victim? Nigerian produce doesn't sell freely abroad. Am I right? Do we have farmers here? Is that true? Why? Who can tell me why? Mama said something?
It's contaminated.
It's natural.
It's not natural. It's contaminated already. So it's not pure.
God, there is high level of acidic chemicals, harmful chemicals in our produce, that when you take it abroad, when you take it overseas, they send them back here and they tell you it is not good for human consumption.
No.
Are we animals? Have we not been consuming them? Yam in this place is yam in Ogoja, supposed to have the same nutritional value of yam in America. Because yam is yam. Is that true?
Yes.
Take it to London. Is this supposed to have the same content of nutrition? Because yam is yam. Why is it if I bring my own yam here, it differs from the one you plant over there? Because the chemical and the harmful acidic things are used to plant. They don't use it to plant. That is it. What shall we do? And not only on the crops we are talking about, also on you that use them. You that use those chemical fertilizers, harmful chemical products, you are not free from it. Because I think, have you ever had anybody who sells chemical fertilizer? Do you know of anybody? Have you bought one? Oh my God. Now, you cannot easily go into any house you have a chemical fertilizer. You cannot open it in the morning, and you enter into it. If you bring a fertilizer here, how do you preserve it? Do you keep it on the ground? What do? You must put plank to put it on top of plank. Am I right? Why don't you put it on the ground? Huh? It will melt. What will melt? Let me tell you. If you doubt what I'm saying, go and do it. As I'm talking to you now, let us take money, buy a chemical fertilizer, put this one bag here and leave it. In the next 6 months, erosion you will see here will surprise you. Because it will chop off this cement, continue eating the land until you start thinking of what to do with that fertilizer. I was in Port Harcourt doing a program like this. As I was talking, a man continued raising hand. So I said, okay, can I finish before you ask your question? He said, no, I want to say something. I said, come please. And the man came and said, he was the ADB manager in Port Harcourt, River State, in those days when the chemical fertilizer plant was built. Himself and the other engineering team supervised the structure of the building where they put those fertilizers. They have to pile the land, they have to cement the land as if they are building a runway. Yes. Before he left service, that house collapsed. What collapsed it? Chemical. And then, when you now use this chemical to plant your yam, plant your crop, and you eat from it, and you want to tell me it has no effect on your life? No. Even if it is 0.001%, by the time you start eating it like that, it's cumulating. In the next 40 years, it will move from insignificant to what? Significant. That's why. That's why. Some of us here, you cannot just tell me, you travel out, you go to overseas, stay 1 year and come back. Stay 6 months. 1 year is too much. Stay 6 months and come back here. Anybody that sees you will know that you travel out, because your body will be fresh. Is that true? Yes. And those of us, when you go and come back, everybody is like skeleton in your eye. Someone, you ask them, are you healthy at all? Because everybody looks machete. Everybody looks older than his age. It is not weather. It's not the economy. Nigeria, the economy is better than so many of the words you're thinking about. We have a technology called nanotechnology. What is nanotechnology? Nanotechnology is the use of an indivisible particle of an element of energy for production. Nano means an indivisible, smallest particle for production. If I'm talking about nanotechnology, the There are nano cars, there are nano handsets, there are nano TV, there are nano, all these things in the engineering sector, there is nano. In the medical and health, there is nano. Mama, you are in the health. Let me say this to you. Whatever I'm going to say here to you, don't say it's a surprise. It's not a surprise. There's no juju in it too. So in 5 weeks, and if the birds are drinking the water that is contained in this nutrient, you know what happens? The aroma of this nutrient will make them to be drinking more water than eating more feed. So if you normally use 17 bags to grow 100 birds, and by the time they are drinking the water contained in this, the number of feed will reduce because they will be drinking more water than eating more feed. Are you getting me? I want, by the time I'm through here, some poultry farmers go into the practical, so that when I come back, you tell me what you said is a false or is truth. This is what is called nano fertilizer. If you take 20 meals, you put it into 20 liters of water, all the waters have become fertilizer. You apply it on the leaves of what you planted, not on the ground. It has nothing to do with the ground. You apply it where? On the leaves. When you apply this on the leaf of any plant or crop you have cultivated, it gains 95 nutrients of the nutrients you're supposed to get from the soil. I don't know if you understand what I mean. By the application of AAC nanotechnology fertilizer on the leaf of your crop or plant, that crop or plant has gained up to 95% of the nutrient it requires to germinate and bear fruit. So, with this fertilizer now, you can plant at all times because your crop and plant doesn't depend on soil texture to grow or produce. It depends on the application of the fertilizer on their leaves. So I can plant here. I can plant anywhere. I can plant outside there. It will grow because the moment they sprout up, I begin to put the fertilizer on their leaves. So whether it is humus soil or sandy soil or loamy soil or any soil, so long as I apply this fertilizer on their leaves, they are gaining the nutrient they're supposed to produce from the fertilizer application, not from the soil. People that own this place, if you are the owner of this fence here, this fence here is a farmland. You can plant cucumber in this fence. You can plant tomatoes by this fence. All these fences we leave for lizard. They can turn to farmland. Get bottled water. Put sand in it or water in it. Open this side, open this side, open the cup. Take fertilizer, put inside it, plant tomatoes inside it. It will grow, bear fruit, produce tomatoes you can't eat in a day only. It can grow onions. It can grow cucumber. It can grow things. You can put it 3 steps. Put rope. Put 3 steps here. 1, 2, 3. All of them will follow the rope. Crawl on your fence and then produce for you. My house has interlock. There's nowhere I can plant. Take a sack bag. Put sand in it. Put tomatoes. Put onions. Put pepper. Put potted pumpkin. Everything you eat in your family, you can produce them within your compound without buying. And they will be doing well, and you are sure of eating a produce without chemical content therein, so that you can live younger and you can live without sickness like that. I'm sorry, I'm not spoiling business for anybody. I'm very, very sorry about that. If you want to know how Nigerians drink medicine, go to chemist shops every evening. There is no chemist shop in the evening that is an idle place in Nigeria. No one. And then if you want to know how intelligent our people are in the area of nutrition, then go to our villages. That's how you know how intelligent our people are in their nutritional habits. Do you know why? If you go to our villages, even our town, if I plant yam, any yam that is very robust and good is for sale. The one that spoils is for eating. That's the value we have for nutrition. And then you can see our mothers plant fruited pumpkin. They will go and harvest it on the market day, harvest all the big and robust and greenish pumpkins, go to the market and sell it, walk into the chemist shop to buy vitamin C and buy medicine. So I want to challenge some of us here. We have two. This is miracle A and miracle B. Let's see. What does it portray? Miracle 1 is for quick maturity and stronger staying. And the miracle 2 is for adhesiveness and fruiting. If you have mango, you have everything that you know when it fruits, it all falls down. It doesn't adhere. Apply miracle 2 to it. When you apply miracle 2 on it, it won't fall again. It won't fall again. Your tomatoes, use this on it. Your cassava, with this, you can plant cassava up to 3 times in a year. Up to how many times? How many times? I didn't make a mistake when I said that. How many months do you have in a year? How many months do you have in a year? Do you know there are cassava species that mature in 60 days? 60 days is how many days? 60 days is how many days? I'm not making a mistake by what I'm saying.
And it's edible.
Sure. Hello? Hello? I want practicals. Hello? I want what? That's why I said he'll bring me back here. Now listen. I'm coming. Hello? Now listen. With this fertilizer, you can have a little farm with multiple cultivation in it. You don't say, oh, tomatoes doesn't do well with granite. Granite doesn't do well with maize. That's why if I plant maize here, I don't plant tomatoes. No, the reason in the old days, the reason you don't plant some things like that is because if tomatoes need iron and granite need iron, and you plant them together, one absorbs all ions in the soil and the other one goes down. Are you understanding me? That's why you don't plant them together. But since by the application of this new fertilizer on them, they don't struggle for soil nutrients. So anyone you plant, you put on it absorbs its own nutrient, not from the soil, but from the foliar application. So all of them will do well. That's why you can have a multiple cultivation in a little piece of land, and it will work. It will work. With the application of this fertilizer, when I said this is up to 4 bags of fertilizer, now listen. When you bring, this is 100 meals. How many meals? When you bring 20 meals and add it into 20 liters of water, and you get 20 meals into 20 liters of water, by the time you exhaust 100 meals, what the volume of water you will get? 100 liters of water, am I right? Now, if you use your knapsack to be collecting water from 100 liters of tank and spreading it on your crop, you are going to cross a farmland that 4 bags of fertilizer cannot reach. I'm saying it's a practical thing, it's not a theory. By application, you are dropping the fertilizer where? On their leaves. Where? On their leaves. Now, if my plant or crop grows beyond my hand cannot reach the leaf of my coconut. It cannot reach the leaf of my mango. It cannot reach the leaf of my plantain. They are all grown beyond my hand or my pumping machine. They can't get there. What will I do? Apply it on their stem, not on the ground. This is stem. Apply it where? On the stem, not on the ground. It has nothing to do with the soil, the ground. This is the stem of my plantain. Look at plantain here. Is it plantain or banana? Now, this is my plantain here. My hand or machine cannot reach the leaves. What do? Plant it, apply it on the stems. Yes. If you spread it on the stem, it will gain the same absorption as if on the leaves. If we don't have practical, hold him responsible. I want us to practicalize what we have said here. And those of you that have fish, hello? Fish. Now listen. After here, I don't know, we are moving now, so listen to me attentively. Now, this is for all animals. It's for all animals. The only thing that differs is the application method, because they all drink water in different patterns. The way bears drink water is not the same pattern pigs drink water. Is that true? It's not the same way fish eat their food. Now, if I will pour this inside water and give to my birds, how will I do to the fish? Will I take it and pour it inside the fish pond? 10 grams into the fish pond? Will it work? No. Now, how do I give this to my fish? Listen. Listen. How many of us are fish farmers here? Oh, wonderful. Wonderful. Now, fish feed is granulated. Am I right? Fish feed is granulated. And this is in the powdered form. So how do I apply it in the fish feed? What you do is get 10 grams of the nutrient. How many grams? 10 grams of the nutrient. Now, this is 100 mils. Get a 100 mil can. Take this 10 grams, put it into this 100 mils. Add water to it and shake it and shake it and shake it. When you shake it well, what happens? The nutrient has been dissolved inside the water. Am I right? Now, get a can like this. Turn this one into this and put the water up to the half and shake it. When you shake it, what has happened? It has all been what? Dissolved. Now, get 4 kg of your feed, 10 grams to 4 kg. Spread this water in a soluble with a nutrient, spread it on the feed. Spread it on the feed, shovel it and make sure that all of the feed has been what? Mixed up. Don't pour it that way inside the fish pond. No. Keep it under room temperature to dry. Don't put it under the sun. Keep it where? Under room temperature to do what? Dry. When it dries, what have you achieved? The nutrient has adhered to those feed. Pour it inside your fish pond. Anyone the fish pick, it has eaten the nutrient therein. The size of the fish and the smartness of the fish, and when every female of the fish lays egg, it's going to give you more egg than normal. Did you understand me? How many? 10 grams to what? 10 liters. After that 3 days, you now change to 10 grams to 5 liters.
My name is Kate Ogun. I'm here in Nano Organic Training Center in Sotubo, Sagamu in Ogun State. So I'm here to learn how to use nano organic product to raise birds, to even use it for animal feed or crop. So with this nano organic technology, instead of you raising birds for 6 months to 8 months before it can reach the mature stage for you to eat, you can use this nano organic product 4 weeks and your feed or your crops are ready for you to eat, and it's very, very convenient. It relieves you the cost of feeding, the cost of production, and it's very, very good for consumption without you even using the chemicals product. Thank you.
I'm Tosin Rekoya. Welcome to Sotubo, very close to Sagamu in Ogun State. We have spent time with our consultants on nano technology for agric. And for the first time, this young man has been in this for some time, but for the first time, I'm hearing big things about nano technology in agric. We are being told now how to breed our livestock without depending on chemicals, without having to spend all our profit on feed, for fish, for snails, for goats. I'm particularly interested in goats. People know me for goats. And what I'm hearing is big news. I'm praying that they will come again for the practical, because what I've heard, in fact, I've been told now that you could spray fertilizers on your vegetables, on corn, on banana, on plantain, even on coconut, and achieve good yield. This is big news. And honestly, I pray you subscribe to them like I'm going to do. I have not done so, but the little I've seen of their videos, most educative. And I will keep thanking Dr. Ernest Wachuku for introducing this to us. I belong to His Mercy's Agri Cooperative, and it's been an experience. We want to spread this to our members who are in 15 local governments in Ogun State. And I pray that this will make a big difference to our effort in agriculture.
My name is Pastoress Solomon Tinitokwa Esther, popularly known as Topwise, Mama Farmer. Here we are in Sotubo, Sagamu local government, Ogun State. because this area where our farm were located. And to the glory of God, I'm happy to be part of today's program, learning about fully organic farming. It's what we have been searching for, looking for. We had a lot of training time to time, year to year, but we are not yet satisfied until we get to this organic level. So to the glory of God, I'm happy to be part of it, to be part of people that will change the chemical killing in food. How we have been preparing our land with chemical, fertilizer, everything, and it's damaging our life. So to the glory of God, I'm part of people that God will use to change this system with this our generation. Dr. Nwashuku, I give glory to God for the knowledge God has bestowed on him, for the research, for the conclusion, for the efforts he has put on so far with his team, that he can come up with this solid, absolute eradication of chemical consuming. So we give God glory concerning his life, and we pray God will sustain him for us and for his family and for this generation more and more. I'm so blessed today. The whole His Mercy Farmer Cooperative are so blessed today for today's training and enlightenment and eye-opening to organic use of improved farming.
Yeah, Emmanuel Esi, the nano nutrient technologist in Ogun State. I am coordinating the farmers to go into nanotechnology because it's proven to be 100% organic products. Number one is healthy for women consumption. So, and it cuts across all levels of farming, livestock and crops. I brought it to them because I want to reduce their stress and also to give them healthy farm produce for themselves and for the community they are producing this food for. And also to help them reduce the cost of production. Looking at planting 1 hectare of land, you need almost about 12 bags of the normal regular fertilizer. But with this nano fertilizer, all you need is probably 1 liter of it is enough for 1 hectare. And that have reduced the cost of production and as well give you a bomber harvest. Not to talk about the nutritional value that is added to the crops. Is it the livestock? So this will help our farmers in Ogun State to produce healthy food that will be exportable. I mean exportable farm produce. So with what is happening in Nigeria and in Ogun State, we are sure that we can have edible food that are healthy for human consumption. And I want farmers to embrace this. The best thing to do is to unlearn and learn what will improve you and also take you to the next level. Somebody started knocking. He refused to improve. It was overshadowed by Android and Apple. We all know the story. You can Google it. So as a farmer, you want to be in the age and also the modern time, making real money. Nanotechnology is just the best way to go. Intending farmer, before you start investing in farming, just come, let's educate you how you can invest better and also have your money back so that you will be happy and your passion will not be fizzled out. Because when passion meets frustration, it will evaporate. But when passion meets profit, it will fly on. Thank you very much. I want you to join us in this movement. It's a movement. Nanotechnology all the way.